This is the Gita class, chapter 5, sloka 24. Karma Sannyasa Yoga 24. We'll do the Mangalacharana prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjalasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Swapradantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sakrayatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savabhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lilita Shri Vishakhambitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanussate Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Chapatitanam Pavinebhyo Vishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktabandha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So chapter 5, we are in the chapter 5, 24th sloka. Okay. Yontas Sakhontaramas Tadhantar Jyotirevayah Sayogi Brahma Nirvanam Brahma Bodho Dhigacchati. Yontas Sakhontararamah Tadhantar Jyotirevayah Sayogi Brahma Nirvanam Brahma Bodho Dhigacchati. Yontas Sakhontararamah Tadhantar Jyotirevayah Sayogi Brahma Nirvanam Brahma Bodho Adhigacchati. Yaha, one who Antasukha, happy from within, Antararamaha, actively enjoying within, Tatha, as well as Antajyotihi, aiming within, Eva, certainly, anyone, Sahahi yogi, a mystic, Brahma Nirvanam, liberation in the Supreme, Brahma Bhutaha, being self-realized, Adhigacchati, attains. Okay, translation by the Prabhupada. One whose happiness is within, who is active and rejoices within, and whose aim is inward, is actually the perfect mystic. He is liberated in the Supreme, and ultimately he attains the Supreme. So again, we'll read again. One whose happiness is within, who is active and rejoices within, and whose aim is inward, is actually the perfect mystic. He is liberated in the Supreme, and ultimately he attains the Supreme. Purport by the Srila Prabhupada. Unless one is able to relish happiness from within, how can one retire from the external engagements meant for deriving superficial happiness? Okay. Relish happiness within, how can they retire from the external engagements they are giving the superficial happiness? A liberated person enjoys happiness by factual experience, not the infactual experiences. He can therefore sit silently at any place and enjoys the activities of life from within. Such a liberated person no longer desires external material happiness. This state is called Brahmbhuta, attaining which one is assured of going back to home, back to Godhead, back to home. Basically, when we are thinking about the Brahman, Bimmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan, iti Shabde, there's different if it is like. So here the key points are Vijayaprakash and Goswami explains more detail here. This is purely, I think, looks like a purely jnana. So, Yonta Sukhontararamaha Tadahantar Jyotirevayah Sayogi Brahma Nirvanam Brahma Bhuto Adhigacchati. Yonta Sukho, whoever it is, whoever may be the person. Yonta Sukhontararamaha. So, he enjoys within himself the happiness. Yonta Sukhonta Ararama. And then he plays Krida Ararama. So he enjoys and then he plays within himself. Okay. So that means he doesn't need any external object to satisfy him. and rejoices basically. Okay, and then Yavanta Jyotirevaya, whose aim is in word or aim or Jyoti means the Prakasha of the Paramat of the Atma. Yavanta Sukhontararamaha Sayogi Brahmarvan. That person get the Brahma Nirvanam and he stays in the Brahma Bhuta Adhikachati. He stays in the platform of Brahma Bhuta. So if you really see the happiness, as we discussed in the previous slokas, the happiness derived from the sense objects, the sense pleasures is very flickering happiness, and it is limited also, even temporary. It has a beginning and it has an end. So that's why normally the intelligent people, they don't go into the Indriya Bhogas because it is temporary. Even if the starting to the ending is full of happiness, but still it is temporary. That's why it will give the pain. There is a starting point, there is an ending point. Whereas if you really see the Atman, that has the unlimited happiness. Okay, so if you really see, and he explains that the happiness definitely is not outside, it is only inside, and mainly it is situated in our Atman itself. That is the place where only happiness is there. So, and that is the permanent happiness, and that is like a bimba happiness, that's the real happiness. Okay, so the outside world, the outside, it's all again, it's a flickering, and it's a reflection of the real happiness. And then, so that's what. And if you really intelligently observe the Indriya Bhogas, Indriya Sukhas, and at that time when the Indriyas are enjoying with the sense objects, at that particular Sukha, the flickering, wherever that Kshanika, that particular, the second that you're going to get it, at that time what exactly happens if you really be patient and actively enjoys, actively observes is what happens is all the Indriyas and the Buddhi and everything will be diluted into the Atman, which is where the real happiness is coming. But because it is coming through the upadhis, that's why this happiness is like it's limited only, it's not unlimited. So, and then that is why the persons who are intelligent, they will the yavat shakti antarmukha. So they will try to inward all their upadhis, and so that they can stable and then stay on the Atman. That's where they will get the real happiness. And he explains that they are really great people, and Kartakachas, they are really a successful people, and within no time they will realize the Brahman, and they will be staying in the Brahma Bhuta platform. So that means what is meant by outside and inside. So the outside means the body is nothing but the indriyas. Even karmendriyas are just they don't do anything, they just do work it for the help for the jnanendriyas. If you really see that there are only five jnanendriyas, and five jnanendriyas are controlled by the mind. Whenever there is a mind is not there in any indriyas, that indriya, it won't even work basically. And also when the mind wanders through these five senses, jnanendriyas, and but still it is directed by the buddhi. Even though the mind wanders here and there, but it's all the part of the subtle body only. It's like state of the subtle body. So that when the buddhi is focused on a certain thing, that is self, then at that particular time, that is where the indriyas will try to enjoy that particular object. Until the buddhi is fixed, there is no the indriya bhog basically. Even though mechanically things might happen, but real happiness, the real bhoga happiness, because of the buddhi only connected to that, and that's where the misery also comes in. So when it is going outward, when it's going toward inside, means what? The indriyas are meant to work towards outside. Inward means they are not functioning. When they are not functioning, that is called inward. So that's why this bhakti also, all the indriyas, when they are going outward, they don't see the objects, but they see the Paramatman, that is indirectly going inside only. So this any marga, you take it karma marga, or karma yoga, or dhyana yoga, or bhakti yoga, or jnana yoga. All what is happening is all these indriyas either they are fully controlled, diluted, or they are controlled, or they are focused on the Atman, Paramatman, and then or they are just acting, but they are not resulting anything. The result is no, that's not expecting, the mind or buddhi is not expecting any result. That means no desire. That is also kind of like a going inward. That's what in the karma yoga. That's why Krishna says that you cannot act, you cannot sit idle. So that's why whatever you are doing the work, the result, if you don't expect the result, if you have that no desire, that is where the all the indriyas, all the upadhis are going inside. So they are going outward, means outward for the happiness. That means first of all the ajnana, because of the vidya kama karma. If you really see, if you realize that you are not the Atman and you think that you are the body, then only it is going outward. That's where the ajnana comes in, then only the desire will come in. So that's why it is very important to, and with the intelligence, don't expect anything, don't desire anything, because there is no happiness outside and it's all mithya, all the indriyas and everything, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. It's only the Atman is the real, and the everything else is like a not real. It's like a Maya. Maya is undefined. So that is called, the first one is the Sukha. You want the Sukhom. The Sukha again is called Ananda. So Indriya Sukhas have very temporary, we analyzed everything, and you have the experience also. So that's why when you are in the deep sleep, you get the real happiness, but with ignorance that. But that's why during the waking state, you work towards that, and then you don't expect anything wherever you are. Then at that particular state, you will enjoy your Antar Sukha. Now next one is Krida. Antar Sukha Antararamaha. Antararamaha means enjoying. It's a kind of like playing. So he says like rejoices. So then normally the everyone, majority of the people, just they will play with the objects outside the body, basically. That's what they think, because they think the body is real, and then the whatever is comfortable to the body, they will be keep on acquiring and trying to work further towards that. That is called Krirama. That's called enjoying, rejoicing. But again, if you use the intelligence, then what happens is like the outside objects are again flickering, and that's why it's not even worth it. That's why they will again focus on the Atma Dhyana. So we see so many people, when they have nothing to do, they will just play the cards, play the games, music, this, that. At least music is better, but playing the cards and thinking that, or watching the players doing the play, the thinking that that will give them the happiness. But in reality, again the indriyas are going out, and that is definitely, even watching the movie is also playing Krida Ararama. So enjoying, basically rejoices. So that's what again it says that it's not outside, it's only the inside. So again, the point is, Krishna is trying to bring, trying to educate the buddhi prachodayat. That's where, because even the buddhi is active because of the us, soul, Atman, and the reflection of our consciousness is first happening in the buddhi, and that's where it is passed to everything. That is why he's trying to educate the buddhi that you don't jiva, that don't go outside for the happiness, and whatever you want to, you play it. For example, Prahlad Maharaj, if you really see, he enjoys within. That's why Sukham, he experiences Sukham. That's why he won't even play outside with the play, even though he has like that much engage. Now the third point is Jyoti. So here says Antar Jyoti, Antar Jyoti, Bahir Jyoti. So if you really see, Jyoti means it's like a effulgence. It's like a prakasham. It has many, they will say many, right? It will give, for example, you see the sun and moon, they are really the Bahir Jyotis, outside Jyotis. And what they give is, they give the heat and they give the light, and then so that they will, so that you can see the objects outside and everything. But if you really say, Tasya Bhasa Sarvavidam Vibhati. So even the Antarjyoti, when you have the Antarjyoti Atman, with the Jyoti, that means Prakasha, with that effulgence, consciousness, the mind and buddhi and the subtle body and all the buddhis and the indriyas will be activated. Then only, it's not a jada, then only we can able to experience the outside Prakasha, outside Jyoti. So Jyoti Shamapita Jyoti Tasya, yeah, Jyoti Shamapita Jyoti is, that's the Atman. So Tasya is अतत्र सूयो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भाति कुतो यमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति. That is the one which is a flare, which is giving the prakasha to everything. So, and also here it says like, because the eye will see the light of the sun, but the eye is activated because of the buddhi. You always say, like, when there is a mental problem, when there is no buddhi, they cannot even see also. Even though the eyes looks like seeing, but they don't even realize that it's a sun. We see so many unintelligent people, they just don't even go outside to see the sun and then get the benefit of that. It's like thing, but they are all inert objects. They are all inert people, foolish people. So that's why Antarjyoti, and that is the one, if you really see, it's hard to understand, but when we are understanding with the buddhi, that I know this is correct, this is not right, and all these things are, I am able to, even this pravachana I am giving, and then the teachings, and then even the analyzing the sloka and everything, we are analyzing through the buddhi and thinking that I know this, I got this, but this knowingness is the, again, the knowingness is the nature of the Atman, not the buddhi, not the indriyas, not the subtle body, because subtle body, even the gross body is inert. It's only the Atman has the consciousness. The knowingness is the only, has the power for the Atman only. Other than the Anatma, Anatmas, they don't know. Then without the Atman, the Anatmas won't even work. So that's why, and that Jyoti is called Param Jyoti. So Jyotir Jyoti, Param Jyoti, Adi Jyoti. So, okay, Honta Sukhonta, Tanta, Anta Jyotirevaya, Antar Jyotirevaya. Antar Jyoti is the one which enlightens the lighting objects outside, and inside the indriyas, outside, and all the world, and that is called the Param Jyoti. That's why in front of the Bhagavan we lit the lamp Jyoti, and then we pray this mantra so that we can know that, okay, Bhagavan, you are the ones who are enlightening Paramatma or Atma. You are the one enlightening the entire universes, and then also the Buddhi, even the universes, if you really see, what is that? Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu kham mano buddhirevacha ahamkari iti amme bhinna prakriti. So he explained the prakriti into eight objects, 8 things. It's called, one is Panchabhutas, and then Mano Buddhirevacha, Mano Buddhi Ahankara. So if you really see the Panchabhutas and Mano Buddhi Ahankaras, and if you really see, that is actually the real world, material world. But all those ones are activated by the Atman, effulgence of the Atman, and that is the Prakasha, that is the really Jyoti. And that's why the intelligent people, who are really the greatest people, Mahaniyas, Manishinas, they will only take the shelter of this Atma Jyoti, and then they will have this attainment of a eternal thing, and then they will be Jivan Mukti. They are the ones who will become the Brahma Nirvanam, and then Brahma Bhutas, they will become the Brahmaiva Bhavati. So that's why in this way, just remove this illusion, moha, from these objects outside, and then take a shelter of Atma inside, and then that's sukha only, and then take that thing and then enjoy with that, and then play with that, and then get the jyoti, be merged into that. So and then nirantaram, so that always then become the atma dhyana parayana. Instead of thinking about the contemplating on the objects, just think about the atman only, brahman paramatman, and then become the brahma nirvana uchyati, brahma nirvana or brahma bhuta. So that's what even in the Bhakti Marga. So you keep on thinking about the Bhagavan only, Machitta Matkata Prana, because the Bhagavan is nothing but the Prakasha inside, outside. That's why in the Brahma Vimohana Leela also, all the gopis and the gopas and everybody, when they see that it's all Krishna, they can able to see the Krishna in everywhere. That is what it is. So how then, who will achieve the Brahma Moksha? Means the eligibles are, again, mind should not wander on the outside but enjoy within itself. Again, play within, and then also enjoys, and then Prakasha, and then Jyoti, and then not depending on the Bahir Jyoti, but depending on only the Antar Jyoti, then they will get the Brahma Nirvana Moksha. Okay. Machitta, yeah, Brahma Nirvana Uchyati. So that is what it is. So that's why Shravanam Kirtanam, and then everything. So you need to keep on analyzing. At one point of time, you will get into that, fix it into this this concept of Brahma Buddha. Okay. Brahma Nirvana Uchyati. Again, the meaning of the Gayatri Mantra is also same. This is what it is. This is a great sloka, small sloka, simple sloka, but it has a lot of potential in it. I think more need to practice. There is nothing more to discuss here. So Brahmabhuta Prasannamatma, again, na shochati na kankshati samas sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim lavate param. So these are the characteristics we already talked about previous slokas, and even the going different slokas also we can do the same thing. Especially this one, Brahmabhuta Prasannatma, one who is in the Brahmabhuta platform, Prasannatma, na shochati na kankshati, no lamentation, no desire, Lakshojana Kanchati, Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu, he will see that everyone as equal, Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu, Bhakti, Mad Bhaktim Lavate Param, that's where you get the Bhakti of Bhagavan. So Bhagavan Paramatma, and then Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan is Shabda, it's all one, and then everything is one, and then so that is the only objects, and then in reality that is the only one, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, only one is real, everything is unreal, Atma, Anatma. That's why we need Viveka, Vairagya, intelligence of this, and then the Vairagya of the other ones which are temporary, not the permanent ones. Then with this in mind, you control the Samadama, Tidiksha, Uparati, and then Shraddha, Samadhanam, you do all this, and then finally you get the Moksha. So that's like Chatus for sadhanas. Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadamadi Shakpante, Mokshatvam. So have the desire of the realization to get out from this material world and then realize the true nature, Brahma Nirvanam. So get out from this miseries of the material world. You should have that much desire first. So that when you have that desire, then everything will be this, and then you don't have the desire of the outside objects. Slowly you will go inside, inward, and you realize your true nature and you enjoy your true nature. Okay, hopefully we'll get one point of time, and then think about it, and then just talk about it, everything, look at about it, and then do work towards this only. Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Bhagavan ki Jai, Prabhupada ki Jai.